Hello everybody, I am Sammy15 the Dragon Tamer here, or Sammy15 for short, and welcome to Expanded Format Monday, where each and every single Monday we take a look at an interesting deck in the Expanded Format, which the Expanded Format is currently black and white through X and Y Primal Clash. Just, for future notice, it's just basically every black and white set and every X and white set that's currently out there. So just want to put that out there. And today we have an old favorite of mine, a deck that I've used several times before, a deck that's been on the channel way too many times, and the deck that I showcased, I think, at the beginning of this current format of this new set, Primal Clash. So, yeah, it's a deck I've shown you guys plenty of times before, but I just edited it a few times again, and I just felt like playing it again, I just wanted to have a reason or an excuse to play it, and, I figured this would be a good excuse to play it. So yeah, this is Blastoise Keldeo Black Kyurem, or Blastoise Black Kyurem, and this deck has seen a lot of success in the standard format as of almost here, yeah, actually, almost a year ago. It saw a lot of success around this time of year at this at spring regionals. The only problem with this deck, honestly, was the fact that it was pretty good up until Flashfire came out in Judokan. Once Judokan came out, it has an attack does 20 plus 70 more, which basically does 90 if there's any against. It does 90 if if one of your Pokemon was knocked out by an opponent's Pokemon. So let's say Black Kyurem takes a EX knockout or a knockout in general. Judokan can just come in there and just revenge for 90, and because Black Kyurem is weak, that does, well, unfortunately, that does 180 in that one shot for Black Kyurem. And, Judokan's a non-EX, it's a basic Pokemon, attacks for a DCE, it's really, really good counter to Black Kyurem. That was the problem, honestly. It's just too good of a counter against Black Kyurem. It just kind of makes Black Kyurem not that good anymore. And it was still played here and there, but just not as much, because people were afraid of Judokan. Because how easily Judokan would splash into decks, honestly. But now, the reason why it's, even though both Blastoise, Keldeo, Mewtwo, pretty much everything, all the Pokemon you see here are still technically in the format, they don't see me play. And while we do have Die Ball instead of Level Ball, and that does, well, make getting Squirtle a bit easier, that doesn't change the fact that we don't have Tropical Beach. And at this point, even if we did have Tropical Beach, I think it still wouldn't make Blastoise any better, because, well, because Tropical Beach really helps this deck way too much. So much. It's really reliant on Beach. It's heavily reliant on Beach. And, well, there's another thing that this deck, the reason why this deck isn't very good anymore. Even in a format with Beach, and if, like, Toad was out of the format, well, it'd still have another problem. Well, Toad is the problem because it shuts off all your items, and look how many items we have here. Just all these items you can't use anymore. Yay, you can't use Superior Energy Retrieval to grab all your energy back. You can't use Ultra Ball or any of your balls to search for your Blastoise. You can't use Rare Candy to evolve straight into Blastoise. You can't do any of that! And that sucks. It really sucks. You can't do any of that, because Toad just shuts down all that, and combined with Garbodor, it's just really scary. So if I believe in expanded, Garbodor, Toad is a huge threat. But other than that, this deck's still pretty good. And then there's Megas. Oh boy. Having stuff that goes over the 200 HP mark, it's brutal. Luckily for us, though, the most viable Megas really that we've seen so far, for the most part, are just like Mega Manectric and maybe Mega Gardevoir. However, there's other Megas that we've seen play here and there, like Mega Heracross or Mega or the primals of I can't talk at all today. But the primals of both Groudon and Kyogre. No, Kyogre, my bad. Yeah, I'm not a bad dubbing, sorry. But, yeah. This is... God dang, I can't talk at all. What the heck? Sorry about this. I really feel bad now. But yeah, you can't one-shot those things. You can't one-shot anything that has over 200 HP, meaning Megas, Primals, and Wailord. But, well, with a Muscle we can at least get rid of, Gardevoir and Manectric, because it's just 220 then. You know, Blastoise, and you can just load a bunch of energy onto Black Kyurem, do 200 with Muscle Band that's 220, and you're knocking out some Megas in the format. Now, while you're not knocking out every single Mega in the format, you're knocking out enough. And, you know, if you can knock out enough EXs before a Mega Evolution happens, or something along those lines, you may be able to win the day. If not, you can just load to Big Dip onto Mewtwo and kill it and have fun from there. You know, that's the good part. You know, we do have Mewtwo and Keldeo to back up on, so you know they can get some pretty nice knockouts too here and there, or you can just two-shot them with Mewtwo and Keldeo, and that's not exactly a bad idea. It really isn't. It's not a horrible idea. But the deck isn't really as good as it used to be. Plus, the format's too fast at this point. So I feel like, as good as Blastoise is, it's not as good anymore. There's too many stuff that just it's not fast enough, and you know, this deck had a problem with Virgin because of its speed, and Virgin's considered slow nowadays. So that tells you how slow this deck is. You know, it can be fast, true, but at the same time, it's not like it's gonna be fast. So that's the deck. You know, I did play Trump. I am playing Trump card in here for the fact that you can get all your stuff back, which I do like. You can get his Superior Energy Retrieval and your Dow's Machine back, which is something I think is very important because sometimes during a game you probably have 4, maybe 5 Dowsing Machine, and not Dowsing Machine, but Superior Energy Retrieval. But with Lysandra's Trump card, you can get all your Superior Energy Retrieval back plus your energy, which is nice. This is very nice. So we play 3 and 1 Dowsing Machine. And we also play a Tool Scrapper so we can get our own tools attached to us, like Team Flare tools. That's what Tool Scrapper is there for. So that's the idea behind this deck. Maybe you want to play 2 if you're scared of Garbodor, but at this point any deck that plays Garbodor is also playing, well, Seismitoad, so yeah, be careful about that. So I think just 1 is the safe bet. Maybe you could up the count to 3 Diaball and 1 Ultra Ball, but I'd like 2 Ultra Ball. Maybe you can just cut off Level Ball entirely, but I don't know. Maybe you can add another Muscle Band. It's up to you. I've even thought about playing Archie's Ace in the Hole, but unless your deck is equipped to actually play it, or like ways to discard your cards in hand very quickly, it's not like you're going to be able to play it. So there's that. I have seen some people, instead of playing Electrode, play Employon instead, like just the 1 Employon or 2, and maybe a few ways to discard Employon, so you can use Archie's Ace and Hold to get Employon and get a few draw cards, or something along those lines. I have some people go that route, but yeah, this is the deck. Like I said, it's still a somewhat decent deck. But it's not the best deck in the world as it used to be. It's not the Juggernaut. It's not like the top tier deck that it used to be. It's not the deck that people used to be afraid of to play against. For its like really its ability just to come with big huge knockouts out of nowhere. It does not have that ability anymore, unfortunately. I mean, it still does. It just, you know, it's not as threatening anymore. It's just kind of a relic at the past at this point, which is kind of sad. I still love the deck though. And I think it's still a very good deck. Maybe you should only play it at, like, I don't know, the Elite Challenge, though. Maybe not exactly at a regionals if you top 32 and you have to go to day 2 and whatnot. Maybe you still would, just for fun, but I don't know. And my opponent just gave up for whatever reason. Maybe my opponent had something to do. Maybe he saw my username and thought, oh my god, this guy's good. I don't know. You never know. Maybe maybe he was starting with Jirachi and didn't feel like playing it out. Whatever the reason, we got a free win, but we're going to continue to try to find an opponent that will play us. And that's the problem. No one seems to be playing Expanded. Because most people want to be testing for Standard, you know? People play Standard so they can test for it. People don't play Expanded because, you know, there's no real need to test for it. There's no real reason to play it. Most people who play Expanded are just playing for fun. Or so they're not going to be using a competitive deck for the most part. Sometimes you get lucky enough where you do run someone who is playing a competitive deck, but not always. Usually, more often than not really. But, you know, maybe we can get lucky here. Alright. Still mulliganing. It's just, you know, this is a good hand. This is pretty good. Not even complaining. This is a good hand. You know, I can just colorize for a few cards and then just Tropical Beach from there. You know, that's totally a viable option. Want to wish me luck right back with you two. So yeah, kind of curious to see what deck my opponent's playing, whether or not it's a competitive deck or not, and all that yada 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 stuff. Oh wow, it's the mirror. I think this is definitely some kind of mirror match. Oh man, this is hilarious. I'm not too surprised though. This is a mirror. You know, a lot of people do love this deck. So you know, if people are gonna play Expanded, they're probably gonna play a deck that you normally can't play in Standard, or is not as good in Standard. Now, it's possible my opponent plays a more linear version of the deck. That is entirely possible and likely. So, I don't know. And I do not have the best hand in the world currently. I can get a level ball for a, whatchamacallit. And I can get a level ball for the Electrode, which is nice, but I don't know. I'm definitely, that's all I can really do. So I'm tempted to go level ball for War Turtle. Kind of curious to see if my opponent's deck is actually, oh, he's playing N. That makes me think his version's kind of competitive. Because some people just play like randomly, just like whatever they can, just put it together. Oh, it looks like I will be able to get a turn 2 Blastoise. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get a Black Ballista here, unless I get lucky. Unless I get, like, I don't know, a lightning energy off this top deck, or, no, Keldeo. I can at least attack this turn, which is not terrible. Of course, I can also just pass. Huh. I'm just going to attach that there and beach. Okay, Don't know what I was trying to get there. I was probably hopefully trying to get like some way to get a lightning energy, like Professor's Letter or Skylight for Professor's Letter. Another option is putting a Jirachi in here. I never once put a Jirachi in here, but, you know, because I was kind of worried about bench space. But, you know, Jirachi's not a terrible option in this deck. I've always considered playing Jirachi in here, but I never actually did so. So I actually could have attacked there, but I was seeing that I have a low hand size with no supporter in it, I decided to go the conservative route and instead attack here. Now it's possible my opponent can be able to very easy to respond with a big, huge secret sword, but my opponent would need, what, how many energy would he need? He would need 2 more to at least power the attack. And then 3, 4, 5, 6. You need 6 extra energy to one-shot me. And that's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to do. My opponent's playing Energy Search, which tells me this may be a slightly outdated version of this deck. Because you want to play Professor's Light in this deck. Another thing I'm slightly curious is whether or not my opponent actually plays Black Kyurem at all. Some Blastoise decks seem to just forego it entirely. Because, well, not really too worried about it. Maybe they're mostly just trying to get 2 shots with Mewtwo and Keldeo. And that's more linear that way. You're not going to get 1-shots all the time, but, you know, not a terrible option. Opponent seems to be powering up another Keldeo on the bench. Maybe you're going to hit me for rush in and hit me for 110. Or maybe my opponent's just going to keep that as backup for later. And my opponent decides to beach, which is something I not entirely expected, but I thought it was very possible. And what I'm going to do here, I sincerely doubt my opponent plays like, something along the lines of another stadium or something other than beach. The opponent plays a stadium, I would assume it's either beach or something along those lines, or some kind of stadium that, like maybe training center, if a stadium at all, honestly. I'm gonna hold on to it. Maybe hope. I'm just gonna try to get a lightning energy. No lightning energy though. No lightning energy. This is very, very vexing. Okay, I'm gonna put down that and Ultra Ball these 2 away for another Blastoise. Just get 2 in play, because you never know. And beach for 3, and still nothing. I'm not drawing into my very wonderful lightning energy. And that's vexing. I mean, how am I drawing into my lightning energy? Is that a prize, my lightning energy? It certainly isn't. It certainly is possible. Unlikely. Possible. I'd be irritated, though, if I did. No, I didn't. No, it's here. Yeah, it's here. We did not prize it. And if my opponent is able to get a knockout here, I can respond with a knockout on my own. I sincerely doubt my opponent will be able to get a knockout here, but it's possible. It's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. My opponent would need like 7 energy to do so, though. 6. Oh, that's 170. That will not knock me out. Of course, my opponent could just, you know. Oh, my opponent apparently does not realize this, which is a shame. 170, not a knockout. I could actually retreat. Nah, I'm just gonna leave that up here for now. I don't need to do anything else. Just Black Blister for 200. This is what makes Black Kyurem so good. My opponent does not seem to be drawing into any Black Kyurem, so that makes me feel like maybe my opponent doesn't have any, which is possible. Like I said, my opponent may just be playing Mewtwo. Keldeo Mewtwo that way. Opponent's like, GG, I have the die ball, and just gives up there. I could end this now, but, you know, let's try to find one more game to close this off. So, I mean, the mirror was fun, but let's try this again. It would be kind of funny if there was another mirror. No, it's probably not a mirror. I have no idea what my opponent's playing, but my opponent probably gave up because maybe he realized his black humor problems, or maybe he realized there's no way he could compete. Oh, my opponent's playing Donphan. What is the option? What do you do against this matchup? What you do against this matchup is just go Mewtwo. Yeah, basically you just go Mewtwo, Keldeo, and maybe even Blastoise because it can't one-shot it. The unfortunate part is, and this is the real kicker here, the unfortunate part is, well, Robosub's a thing. Unfortunately, it is very much so a thing. A very annoying thing. My opponent decides to just go pass. Alrighty then, cannot... There's no way I can knock out this turn. No Blastoise deck for the most part, unless you play DC, he can knock out turn 1. You know? So I finally get a Skyla. First time seeing a Skyla in the whole entire video. And we get an infamous glitch. These glitches have been happening... These glitches have been happening everywhere as of late, and it seems like I am no exception. I've been running into a lot of these glitches lately, at least once a day, and they're very annoying. An active opposing player, even though it is technically my turn. I literally just skylit for a tropical beach. So, yeah. This is fun. You are inactive. Okay. I clicked OK. So, yeah. It's still saying I'm inactive. And both our clocks are running. This is weird. I don't like this. I don't. This is scary. I'm scared. Someone save me. Huh. Well then. Huh. Alright, let's give it one more minute. When it goes back to 2, at the end of 55 seconds, we will just, I guess it's gonna have to end the video. Huh. Well then. How was your day? Just tell me about your day. I'm listening. Come on, tell me about your day. You're not telling me about your day, are you? No, you're not. You don't want to look like a crazy person just talking in front of the screen all day. Just talking to hear their own voice talk. Just talking and talking and talking. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be me just talking in front of the screen. The difference is I actually am imagining someone listening to my videos. Of course, some of my friends are saying no one watches my videos, but, you know, I like to imagine someone is watching my videos. That's why I record it. But it looks like, no, we're going to be stuck here forever. Or at least I'm going to be stuck here forever, so I'm going to just let you go now. I'm Sammy15 the Dragons here. I'm sorry the video had to end like this. Please like, subscribe for future stuff, and hopefully next time we have a video, it does not end like this. So, please like, subscribe, all that silly stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully. Unless I'm just trapped here forever. Please, someone send someone to rescue me. Please? Please?